this is nothing new to you. You've done fight weeks as a reigning champion for so long. So I guess just how's camp been and just how's fight week been as a whole preparing for Manon?
Amazing training camp, amazing fight week, a lot of energy, feeling strong, fast, powerful, and very confident.
Did you do your camp in El Paso again?
So my camp, we divided for several locations. Started in Washington State on the Puget Sound, then Las Vegas and El Paso, and final part here, Montreal.
Obviously, you've been through these fight weeks now. This is just nothing new to you, but to be preparing for your first title shot against who many people consider one of, if not the best female fighters of all time, just how's camp been and just how's fight week been as a whole for you?
Alors j'ai fait un très gros camp d'entraînement, je pense avoir fait le plus gros camp d'entraînement de ma vie. J'ai pris vraiment des filles très fortes en sparring. J'ai pris les meilleures lutteuses, les meilleures grappleuses, les meilleures strikeuses au monde. J'ai fait beaucoup de rounds tous les jours, toutes les semaines. Et voilà, là on est en fight week et franchement tout se passe bien. J'ai ramené avec moi toute mon équipe, toute ma famille. Donc je me sens super bien, je suis super à l'aise et je profite vraiment à fond de cette fight week jusqu'au combat.
I'm in perfect shape. I do the best training camp I do in my whole life. A lot of very tough girl. Many rounds of sparring. I can do more, so I know I'm ready. And the fight week is perfect. I follow the process and enjoy the moment. And all my team and my family is here with me. It's perfect.
Before this fight was officially announced, Manon was very active on social media calling for this fight. She obviously made that bet about retirement and everything like that. Were you hoping that this fight would be sooner, or is it the perfect timing to face her here in Montreal in May?
Oh, I don't think it was that active. Actually, it was just one tweet or maybe two. And it's a little bit, she's starting probably to throw this tweet a little bit too soon, in my opinion, because I just fought and it was 1 month after the fight. But I understand she was desperate, like she kind of like had a little bit delay. But I think everything at the end worked like perfectly, and I rested good. I had amazing travel to islands of Pacific Ocean, all the Polynesia, Tahiti, Fiji. So, and with all new energy, I started my new training camp.
Were you hoping that this fight would have happened earlier? Because, we saw the tweets you were asking her, like, why aren't we fighting? Like, let's get this going. So were you hoping that this fight had happened earlier in the year?
C'est vrai que ça a été compliqué. Il y a d'abord eu une blessure. Après ça, il y a eu la trilogie entre Alexa et Valentina. Donc sur le coup, c'était assez compliqué, mais avec le recul, je suis vraiment contente en fait d'avoir pas eu ce title shot de suite, car les deux combats que j'ai fait avant, que ça soit contre Rose Namajunas à Paris, où c'était mon premier co-main, et après ça contre Erin Blanchfield, main event, ça va beaucoup me servir en termes d'expérience, je pense, pour ce combat-là.
I know I deserve this fight until Caitlin Choukadian fight, I'm #1 contender, but it is what it is. I have an injury, stopped me in this place, but I think it's a good thing because the 2 more fights I do against Rose Namajunas in Paris and against Erin Blanchfield in Atlantic City was good for me and my experience. I do 5 rounds, so it is what it is, but I'm happy to follow this process.
What do you make of Manon as a martial artist? Because on the countdown it showed her she's been doing karate since she was young. She did some wrestling, she did taekwondo. So she seems like yourself a lifetime martial artist. And
I don't think that it's appropriate to compare myself to her, because I never will approach to any of my opponents with so much disrespect that she did.
I was about to ask that too. Did what she's been saying, how much has that bothered you?
Nothing. No, I kind of my experience in martial arts, it's so many years. I started when I was 5, and all these years before joining UFC, I already was 17-time world champion in Muay Thai, in MMA, in kickboxing. So imagine how many different characters I were able to meet, and how many words they could say or some, and if everything would bother me, I never would achieve what I achieved. So I think it's the biggest ability to kind of block all the energy what's happening around and focus on your main goal.
leading up to this, all of your tweets about the retirement talk, and Valentina has said, she has to honor this bet too. So have you run into Valentina at all during fight week, and what do you make of this whole, retirement challenge that she's also said, if you lose, you have to retire too?
Oui, j'ai croisé Valentina, on a fait le premier face-off, mais pour moi, il y a aucun souci, je suis sûre de moi, je suis sûre de gagner ce combat, donc ça me rajoute pas de pression, rien du tout.
Yeah, I see Valentina Monday on the face-off, but I'm good and comfortable with this situation. I know about my skills. I know I win this fight, so yeah, it's perfect.
I guess a better phrase was, is it annoying when fighters think they have to do this rather than, because she seems like the logical next fight anyway, and she still thinks that she has to kind of pick at you and to sell this fight?
It's kind of like hard to say. Not for me, not annoying, because I know exactly how to focus myself on the main thing. Even like if we are like my last fighting in the Sphere, everyone saying it like, oh my God, it's so much graphic, it's so big, how you will like focus on the fight. But for me, it was not a question. I just focus on what I were doing. That's why kind of like knowing what is important, what is no, it's the most important for any fighter, and I know it.
And then just last one for me, after the fights in Sydney with Wei Li, a lot of people were obviously, they wanted to see the fight between her and Valentina. Your fight hadn't even happened yet. Did you feel any sort of disrespect that, fans were overlooking your fight ahead of a potential fight between Valentina and Wei Li?
Oui, ça m'a clairement agacé. Ça fait plusieurs fois que quand je dois combattre, il y a le nom de Wei Li qui revient. Mais c'est une bonne chose parce que du coup, c'est moi qui vais l'affronter après ce combat-là.
Yeah, absolutely. To be honest, I'm not comfortable with always here wailing zone when I have to announce my fight. So that's it. If I had to fight her, I fight her later. It's okay.
Just the adjustment from now going to Manon, a completely different opponent.
It's this. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter at all, because I had so many different opponents, so many fighters I faced with different style. It's kind of like, even if you see all like these 3 fights, it was completely different fights, different strategy, different like tactic, different technique, everything. But now it's kind of like, yeah, definitely we had to focus on a little slightly different tactic and technique, what is this opponent is representing, and but in general, what is mixed martial arts and what is our training camp was, it's doing everything. This is, you cannot just rely on one thing and like forget about your other techniques and work only specific thing, because in the fight you will face a little maybe surprise or something like that. That's why, to avoid everything, all the surprise, you just have to focus on mixed martial arts and work and everything, striking, grappling, wrestling, because you cannot be just one. You have to be everything. You have to be universal fighter.
Manon, right here to your right. You are the favorite in this fight, and I'm wondering if you pay any attention to the odds and what you think that says about how people are looking at you.
Non, je prête pas vraiment attention. Après, c'est sûr que ça fait... Pour moi, c'est toujours mieux d'être favorite. Je pense que c'est dû à mes dernières prestations, puisque mes 3 derniers combats, c'était une dominance totale, contrairement à elle, qui étaient des combats un peu plus serrés et plus difficiles.
No, I'm not really paying attention about that, but I know it's normal. If you pay attention to the 3 last fights, I think I'm more dominant than her, so I think it's normal.
And then, obviously you guys have a little bit of a rivalry, a little bit of back and forth online. Will it mean more for you to defeat Valentina for the title because of how dominant she's been and now on her second reign, or would it have mattered who it was as long as, you win the title in the end?
Non, ce que je voulais, c'était vraiment combattre contre Valentina, parce que depuis le début que je suis rentrée à l'UFC, c'était elle la championne, et c'est toujours elle que j'ai eu en ligne de mire. Donc c'est vraiment elle que je voulais affronter, donc c'est un honneur pour moi de le faire samedi soir.
No, I really want Valentina, because when I arrived in UFC, she was the champion, so it's important. She's a legend, and I really want to beat her to take that belt.
She trained with George St. Pierre, but we saw you train with Joanna Jedrzejczyk. How this sparring give you some extra confidence, maybe, and does she give you some advice for your battle of Saturday night?
You know, Joanna, we have so like good relationship with Joanna, and it's it's the thing when your rivalry through the years, because of we share so much time inside of the octagon, inside of the ring, and be able to see each other like growing, making success, and like achieving the goals. It's like more and more giving like more respect, more honor, and it's wonderful to have her here. Joanna, she's an amazing fighter. She is a Hall of Famer, and it's definitely, it's very. We started flyweight together. This is how the flyweight, women's flyweight in UFC started, from me and her. And now we are like, after all these years, we are together here. We're like different, not facing each other, like against each other, but going in the same direction.
Thank you. And as you said, there is some similarities between your fighting styles and the one from Manon. How do you handle a preparation against someone who like fight like you? It's not something difficult to face like someone who's similar as you?
Actually, people saying about this similarity, but I really don't see much similarity. The only similar thing is we are standing in the same stance, and maybe we are both blonde girls. This is only the similar things what we share.
Thank you. Last one for me. She predict third one finish. What's your prediction?
It's funny when I like this when people like going in with so much confidence. They're saying, "Oh, it's gonna be finish. It's gonna be something like that." But I like this moment when they feel frustration in the ring, inside of the octagon, when they feel that nothing, any plan what they had in their head, it doesn't work. This is the best feeling, to see them breaking up.